The appearance of Wang Fahua was like a stone thrown into a calm lake, causing a huge ripple in the town. Covered in bloodstains and dirt on his face, he looked as if he had just been through a life-and-death struggle. His presence struck terror into the hearts of the townspeople, who quickly escorted him to the police station. The police officers at the station recognized him immediately. Wasn't this Wang Fahua? How did he end up in such a state? They attempted to inquire about what had happened, but Wang Fahua was clearly deeply disturbed, his speech incoherent, unable to provide a clear answer. However, his accounts and the bloodstains on his body conveyed an undeniable fact: a major crime had occurred. The chief and the instructor of the police station immediately gathered all the officers and drove in police cars towards the crime scene. Although there were only 2 cars and a total of 6 people, the engines roared and the sirens blared on the early morning streets, creating a tense and solemn atmosphere. They arrived quickly at the crime scene, a lime factory. Suddenly, they noticed that the road ahead was blocked by a motorcycle. The manner in which the motorcycle was parked and its condition gave the impression that this was not a normal parking situation. The chief got out of his car and examined, only to discover that a person was actually being crushed underneath the motorcycle. This brought great surprise to the chief, as he had anticipated the crime scene to be a hut further down the road. He realized that the situation was far more serious than he had anticipated. The crime scene might have originated from here. He instructed the other officers to retreat back to the road while he proceeded through the grass towards the hut. He knew that entering the scene might disrupt its original appearance, so he chose this approach. As he walked about 30 meters away from the hut, he saw bloodstains on the ground in front of the door, a person lying at the entrance, and an open door leading to a dead silence inside. His professional experience told him that this was a major crime. He had the captain of the forensic team and the medical examiner retrace his steps and approach the hut to gather detailed information. The captain of the forensic team and the medical examiner arrived in front of the hut and witnessed a woman lying in a pool of blood and the bodies inside the house. They carefully counted and found a total of 6 people. They quickly returned to their vehicle and reported to the chief. 1 person dead in the left room, 3 dead in the right room, and 2 dead in the middle room. Including the woman at the entrance and the man under the motorcycle, there are a total of 8 bodies. The 2 police officers quickly returned to their patrol car and reported to the chief. There is a body in the left room, 3 bodies in the right room, and 2 bodies in the middle room. Including the woman at the entrance and the man under the motorcycle, there are a total of 8 bodies. Upon hearing this, the chief's scalp tingled, and he immediately ordered the officers to secure the scene and sent a distress signal to the County Public Security Bureau headquarters through the radio. At that moment, Hu Xiaoqing, the secretary of the Political and Legal Affairs Committee and the director of the Public Security Bureau of Hong'an County, was getting ready to leave in his car. He planned to study at the party school for a while, as there hadn't been any major cases recently, and it was a good time to relax. However, just then, the phone in the County Public Security Bureau's command center rang. He pressed the answer button, and the officer on the other end hurriedly reported. "We have just received a report from Shangxinji Police Station. A major homicide has occurred at the Dawn Lime factory in Shangxinji jurisdiction. All the workers in the factory have been killed, along with 2 women and a 9-year-old child. A total of 8 people have been murdered, and the scene has been sealed off. We need instructions from the director." This phone call was like a bolt from the blue. Hu Xiaoqing's car seemed to lose its power and slowly came to a stop at the side of the road. Hu Xiaoqing sat in his car, deep in thought for a good 10 minutes. After finishing the call, his first reaction was that his courses at the party school would definitely have to be postponed. He made a few more phone calls, one to his superior, the secretary of Redan County Party Committee, and another to Director Luo of Huanggang City Public Security Bureau. He then called his daughter to inform her that he wouldn't be able to come home for the next few days due to work. Restarting his car, the front of the vehicle drew a large arc on the highway before heading back in the original direction. On the morning of December 27, 2007, Shang Wu, the deputy director of the Criminal Investigation Department of the Hubei Provincial Public Security Department, was attending a high-level commendation ceremony. However, shortly after taking his seat, his phone rang. Glancing at the screen, it displayed a call from Director Luo. Shan Wu immediately answered the call, and after listening to Luo Xiaocheng's report, his face became extremely serious. He immediately got up and left the venue, contrasting sharply with the cheerful atmosphere at the ceremony. On his way out of the venue, he called Secretary Jing Xiaosan, the Secretary of the Political and Legal Affairs Committee, and the Director of the Provincial Public Security Department, to report the situation. Soon, the responsible leaders of the Provincial Party Committee, Provincial Government, and the Ministry of Public Security were all informed about the case.